Hi everybody, my name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. I'm so excited for today's nail mail. I got quite a few packages actually today, but the one I was most excited for was from Bees Knees Lacquer. They had a launch, I think it was on June 21st, and I wasn't gonna get anything from that launch. I was gonna be good. And then after, I think it was after the launch had already started, I got an email newsletter that said they were gonna be having mystery prototypes with that launch. I can't pass up mystery prototypes. So I went and took a look at their website and I looked through the collection. Ruby's saying hi to everybody. I looked through the collection again. I was like, yeah, I don't really need anything from the collection. They did have a charity polish that they are donating some funds to the Trevor Project. So I went ahead and grabbed that. And I was like, well, I'll get enough prototypes to get me to free shipping. I think that's $75 on the Bees Knees website. So I put one mystery prototype in my cart. They're $10. And then I went to my cart to change the amount so I could get up to the free shipping threshold. And I saw in the cart it was only $7 for the mystery prototype. That was my undoing. So ordered 18 of them plus the charity polish. So got a big old package here from Bees Knees today. And then that's not even the worst part. I went back in on July 1st, I think it was, which was the last day of their launch. And they still had some prototypes available, so I ordered a whole bunch more. I don't have that package yet. I'm hoping I won't get a bunch of dupes, but I can always sell them if I do. But so excited for this package. So we're gonna open up this package. We're gonna take a look at my 18 mystery prototypes and the charity polish called You Matter. Like I said, that was funds were being donated to the Trevor Project from that. So we will take a look at all those. I'll unbox them, unbag them, and we'll take a look and see what kind of prototypes I got. I'm so excited. So I've been waiting all day to be able to sit down and do this video with you all. So let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and we'll just jump right in. All right. Here's the package. We got a second bag inside the first bag. So who can pass up $7 Bees Knees Lacquers? I don't know how you would do that. So yeah, I went a little overboard, but that's all right. She has her next launch is going to be on July 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if she's gonna have any more prototypes or not, but if you are interested, you could take a look at her website or sign up for her newsletter. All right, got a pile of polish here. And a couple of candies, and a packing slip. Oftentimes, Sarah from Bees Knees will limit the number of prototypes that you can get, at least in the beginning of a launch, and these were unlimited, so gosh, I had to go a little crazy. I don't know which of these will be the mystery, or which will be the charity polish, and which will be the mysteries, so we'll just start looking at them. All right, oh my gosh. Starting off with a bang, look at this beautiful polish. Mystery, unreleased prototype, that's what it says. That huge flaky in there. This just looks like a blue-purple multi-chrome. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. So there's number one. I should check these, see if they're magnetics. Let's see. Ooh, I think this one is a magnetic. It looks like it's giving me a purple magnet line. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's magnetic. And then we have another beautiful kind of multi-chrome kind of thing. This one has got a lot of reflective glitter in it. Also very pretty. I don't think that one's magnetic. Oh, this actually says magnetic, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. I can't read what those little, oh, this says thermal, oh, and magnetic. All right, well, I'm not getting much of a line. Not getting much of a magnetic line, but we'll see. That was the second one. I've been seeing people have been posting in the Facebook fan group their prototypes that they have received, and some of them are so beautiful. This is really pretty. It's kind of like a lime chartreuse kind of green, maybe some gold shimmer and gold flakes in there. And I think that also says magnetic. Oh yeah, so that one deepens up that background color, and then all that kind of chartreuse, kind of golden yellow chartreuse sort of color is the magnet line. Very nice. Oh my gosh, number 4. Look at this beauty. This looks like a beautiful, almost like Caribbean blue with a purple shimmer or a purple shift or something going on in there. Unreleased prototype. Beautiful. So pretty. That was number 4. Here's number 5. Similar color to that last one, but this one is filled with flakes and another kind of shimmer, I think there's a shimmer in there. It might just be flakes. That looks beautiful. I'm seeing pinks and blues and greens, all sorts of colors. Unreleased prototype. And a beautiful purple, looks like pink shimmer. And again, a ton of reflective glitter. Oh, this is the charity polish, You Matter. It's also a magnetic for the Trevor project. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So unmagnetized, it looks like this beautiful purple with pink shimmer. And we get that magnet on it that blues up the background like instantly. And then all that kind of purpley pink is the magnet line. And then you have all that reflective glitter too. So this one is called You Matter. And this is the charity polish that she had in June. I don't know if I think maybe it was still available. I don't know for sure, but you could check the website. You can find her at beeskneeslacquer.com. I'll link that in the description along with her Facebook fan group. That's beautiful. That's the charity polish. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful too. This is like a deep purple, and then it looks like it has maybe like an aurora kind of shimmer. I'm seeing gold and green. Maybe like there's something kind of greenish blue down here at the bottom. Oh, that looks so pretty. Unreleased prototype. That looks beautiful. Gorgeous. And then we have this pretty one. This looks like a very delicate, almost like peachy pink. And then I'm seeing maybe gold shimmer and some pink flakes, maybe pink to gold flakes. Maybe a little bit of kind of a green shift in there in that shimmer. Looks very dainty. Unreleased prototype. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect from prototypes, but oh my gosh, I'm loving these so far. And then we have like another purple with pink shimmer. And then all those flakes, it looks sort of similar to this one in a purple form. Looks a little bit similar to that, not quite as many flakes as that blue one, but this just looks like a beautiful kind of lavenderish purple with pink shimmer and then all those beautiful flakes again. Unreleased prototype. And then we have, oh my gosh, this looks like fire. Look at that. It's beautiful, almost like a pinky orange maybe. And then that gold shimmer, yellow or gold shimmer. And then there's some flakes in there that look like maybe they almost look like red to yellow. And again, there might be like a little bit of green flash in there a little bit in that shimmer. Pretty, pretty. Unreleased prototype. That just looks like fire. Gorgeous. And then we have a bright sunshiny yellow. Again, this looks like it might have maybe like a pink shimmer, and then again, those kind of pink, green, gold shifting flakes. I really wish I could get official descriptions on all these things, but it looks very pretty. Unreleased prototype. And this also gorgeous. So this looks kind of like a slate blue. Let me put the black under here. Yeah, this looks almost like kind of like a slate blue. And then it has little bitty glitter bits that look kind of green. And then again, that kind of shifting aurora type of shimmer, like pink, green, gold maybe. Oh, this says something. What does that say? Oh, it says the magnetic also. So I'm not sure. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Let me get my big, powerful magnet out here. So that brightens up the shimmer for sure. Yeah, not sure what this one's gonna do. I'll swatch these up and I'll do all the swatching off camera, and then I'll come back at the end and just show you all the swatches of these two, if you wanna see them. All right, how many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 11. So here is another very similar to this one. It's a shade lighter. It's almost a little bit more of a salmon color, where this one is kind of like a reddish orange. This one's a little bit more salmon. And it doesn't have the flakes that the other one has, but it does have like that golden shimmer. Very pretty. Oh wait, that one I just showed you, that salmony one, oh, it's a thermal. Okay, so that's a thermal. So the next one I just opened is another kind of ethereal looking thing. It looks like it has kind of a mauve-y, brownish kind of base. And then again, I'm seeing a lot of blue and green. It has a little bit of silver reflective, some flakes, very few flakes, and then some shimmer. Unreleased prototype. Oh my gosh, look at this one too. This looks like a beautiful, really deep red with almost like orangey shimmer. I don't think it has any flakes or anything. Let me see. That's actually closer. It's like this really, really deep, almost oxblood red. And then all that shimmer. That's gorgeous. Oh, this says something too. What's that say? Does that say magnetic? Oh, so that deepens up that background to a real deep oxblood. And then the brighter red magnet line with all the shimmer. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Gorgeous. And we've got this bright pink. I think that's pretty close. This one looks like it has pink shimmer. Maybe that same kind of shifting kind of pink to gold shimmer. Unreleased prototype, very pretty. It almost looks like a grayed pink, kind of like a dusty, smoky kind of pink. And then I'm seeing some kind of orangey gold and some pink shimmer in there, I think. And another kind of pink. It's a little more pink than that. That's looking kind of salmon-y on the phone, but this is more of like another baby pink. It's not the same as that, but it is definitely kind of a pink family. And this one, I am seeing some little glitter bits, and again, I think some little micro flakes in there. And that shimmer, that's not the right color though. It's more pink, and not that the shimmer is not that bright in real into my eyes either as it's coming off there. Let me just see. Yeah, I can't get this one to come out accurately, but it is also just like a baby pink with some shimmer and glitter, it looks like. Got two more here, two more little packages. And we have this beautiful green, again with that kind of golden shimmer and some flakes. I'm seeing pink and maybe silver. So nice. Very, very pretty. Unreleased prototype. And my last little package here. Count them up when we get this one open. Oh, this is fun. So this is it's like a celadon green almost, I would say. And then it has, looks like darker green flakes and then lighter green flakes. It's sort of like a grayed green. Oh, I'm seeing some purple in there, some little flashes of purple. Very, very fun. All right. 18 prototypes and the charity. This is the charity You Matter. Proceeds, I don't know how much is she sending, but some of the proceeds will be going to the Trevor Project. And my 18 prototypes, love, love, love them. There's not one here that I'm not loving. Ones I would not probably pick. I would not probably pick this yellow, but it looks beautiful. Yeah, okay, I'll take a break. I will swatch these up on some swatch wheels. I don't know how much I'll do with the magnetics and everything, but I'll see what I can do. And then we'll come back and take a look at it on the swatch wheels. All right, got them all swatched up. Got them on the natural wheel, got them over black. So let's take a look again. We're gonna start with this beautiful red with some shimmer. This one is a magnetic. Look at how pretty that is. So pretty. This one is a magnetic. Here I have that one on the swatch wheel. I have it in, let me see if we need the black. Nope. I have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats unmagnetized, and this one is 3 coats with the cat eye. So there you can see it really deepens up as we go from 1 coat here now, 2, 3 with the cat eye. You can see it really deepens up. Very, very pretty. I don't know that bottle shots are gonna do you any good, but I will give them to you. I think I need to zoom out a little bit. So here's that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, unmagnetized. The 3rd coat does have a glossy top coat, and then 3 coats with the cat eye without a top coat. Here is that one. And that over black is right here. Just leaves all that beautiful red shimmer. It's not magnetized. It does have a glossy top coat. So there it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. Just a little bit blacker over the black. You can see some of the black. All right, up next, we have this pretty kind of salmon-y with some gold shimmer, it looks like. This one is a thermal. Very nice. And that one on the swatch wheel is right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 3 coats with a matte top coat. Again, very pretty. Loving that shimmer in there. I'm gonna concentrate just on the 3rd coat ones, but even that 1st coat, look how nice and smooth that is. Very, very nice. So since this one is a thermal, I went ahead and put it on a little swatch stick. And then I've got hot and cold water over here to the side. I'm not gonna move it under, but let's see if it still transitions at all. Here it is all cold. That's in the cold water. Oh, so when I got it under the hot water, look at it, it turns this beautiful yellow. Very, very fun. There it is, half and half. So fun. And this one is right there. Try to get you everything. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte, and then in the thermal there. You can see that. Very, very fun. Loving that one in that thermal. That surprised me. I didn't test any of these out or anything beforehand. And that one over black is right here. That leaves a lot of green shimmer, almost like a gold and brown in there also. Very fun. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next we have this kind of red orange, again with gold shimmer, and this one's got some flakes in it, if you can see that. And that one on the swatch wheel is right here. We have it in 1 coat, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. It starts out a little bit more pink. This one's not coming out really color accurate, at least the 1st coat, because it's a little bit more pink. The other ones look pretty close actually. It really gets to be orange and then all that golden shimmer. Very pretty. And here's that one. Maybe I'll just do it this way. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Then we have this bright yellow. And this one has got also flakes in it and some shimmer. Very bright sunshiny yellow. And that one on the swatch wheel right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. This one dries really shiny just all on its own. You can see there in the second coat that doesn't have any sort of top coat. That's just how it dried. But this one right here where my finger is, that one does have a top coat, 3 coats glossy and 3 coats matte. Loving that with the matte top coat. So it's kind of like a goldenrod, maybe goldenrod color, if that means anything to you. That's what comes to mind when I see this one. And here's that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Unreleased prototype. Maybe I'll do it this way. And the one before that, that kind of reddish orange over black is right there with the flakes. And then the yellow one we just looked at, look what that does over black. That leaves some flakes. It has like green, kind of brownish, orangey, a lot of different shifts in that one. So this one is that one, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black, lots of orange, some flakes. And then this one over black is kind of spectacular. I'm kind of loving that over the black. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. Very, very fun, right in the middle there. And then up next we have kind of this mauvey, grayed mauvey kind of a thing. With some maybe like green shimmer and a few flakes in there. Very nice. That one on the swatch wheel. I have that right here in 1 coat. This is 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 3 coats with a matte top coat. This one's kind of hard to see. It has just like a tinge of pink to it. And then kind of like that greenish kind of shimmer comes through. There's some sort of little flakes in there, just a few. There's that one. One coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Kind of like that one. That one over black is right here, and that is green shimmer in there because that is what it leaves behind. Looks like maybe some reflective also. There's that one, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And up next we have this one right here. This is so pretty. I think this is one of my favorites. It doesn't look like a whole lot in the bottle. It looks kind of pinkish, some golden shimmer, some flakes. But that shimmer must be like an aurora kind of shimmer, because here on the swatch wheel I have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Under these bright lights, it's not doing as much as it did when I was painting it on, because I saw a lot of different kind of shifts and stuff in there as I was painting it. This is so pretty. Kind of liking it with that matte top coat too. Gorgeous. I think you can see a little bit of the shimmer shifting there. Very, very pretty. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Mystery prototypes. And that one over black is this one right here. So again, that leaves like, I'm seeing kind of a greenish gold. I'm seeing pink. I'm seeing the pink flakes. Very, very pretty. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. The black does have a glossy top coat, and the 3 coats, one of the 3 coats has a glossy top coat and one has a matte top coat. And then up next we have this a little bit brighter pink. And this one has also got some shimmer in there. It's not as gold as what you're seeing in the camera, and the color is a little more pink than kind of this salmony color. This is the one I could not get to be accurate in the unboxing, and it's still not wanting to play very well with me. But this is just like a kind of a mid-tone pink, and then I'm seeing like golds and I don't know what else going on in there. Very pretty though. And that one on the swatch wheel is right here. This is 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And again, it's very pink. I don't know why this one wants to show up as kind of a golden orange kind of color, because it's very much a baby pink. And there it is. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Very nice. This one's got like these little bitty, I don't know if they're flakes. There's something going on in there that's really interesting. And that one over black is, I think that's this one right here. Let me see, where am I? 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's this one right here, that pink one I just showed you. So that leaves a bunch of green shimmer and then like the pink, kind of golden pink flakes. That's very interesting. Very, very different. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And I don't know if I did this. Here's the bottle shot. Very fun. And I'm loving this next one too. This also is kind of a mid-tone. This is almost like an orchid. I feel like there's a little bit of purple in this one and pink, and then this really strong pink shimmer. That one on the swatch wheel, this is one of those that just has that really glowy shimmer. Love that. This is it in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. I'm loving that really glowy shimmer in this one. So pretty. It's just sort of like pink on pink, but it's so pretty. And here's you a bit of a bottle shot. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Fun, love that one. And that one over black would be this one right here. Just sort of leaves a little bit of like a reddish, kind of a pinky red shimmer behind. Not all that spectacular over the black. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next we have this green. Again, we've got flakes, we've got shimmer. This one came out a different color than I was expecting. I was expecting kind of like a forest green or kind of an evergreen, even maybe emerald green, but that one came out very teal. Here it is in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. So it came out very teal. It's very pretty, just not what I was expecting from the bottle. Like that, love it with the matte top coat. You can really see those flakes coming out. Very, very fun. Here's that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And that one over black is right here, just leaves a little bit of almost like a bronzy green shimmer, and then some of those flakes. I'm mainly seeing like green. I see them go to pink a little bit. There's that one, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next we have kind of this murky looking one. Kind of a greenish shimmer. It looks like it could be like a taupe base or a gray base, and then kind of this murky greenish shimmer and maybe some gold reflective glitter. This one is a magnetic, and that on the swatch wheel is right here, very mauve in this first coat. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Oh, no, I'm sorry, let me start over. This is 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats. Those are all unmagnetized. And this one has a glossy top coat. And this is 3 coats with the cat eye. It's very faint. It kind of deepens up the background to more of a gray kind of a color. And then the murkiness that you see like in this one is the magnet line. So it's kind of a goldeny yellow magnet line. Looks like, I was gonna say looks maybe holographic, but I don't think it does. So here's that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, unmagnetized, those 3. And then this one is 3 coats with the cat eye. And again, very faint magnetic. But I kind of love this one unmagnetized. It's murky, it's kind of gray, it's kind of taupe, it's kind of green. That's not exactly right color-wise. This is another one that's going to be hard to get accurate here, but here is that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, those 3 unmagnetized, and then 3 coats with the cat eye. And the magnetic ones do not have any type of top coat on them. And then that one over black would be, I think, let's see where we are. I think that's this one right here. Let me see. I would be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this one right here. It's very holiday-ish over the black. Lots of emerald and gold. This one where my finger is. Just 1 coat over black with a glossy top coat. Quite different. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And here is that bottle shot. All right. And then go to swatch wheel number 3. And we're gonna start with this one right here. This is kind of like a minty, seafoamy, maybe almost sage-like, kind of a grayed green base. And then it's got some shifting flakes. I'm seeing, at this angle, I'm actually seeing some like blue and purple. I don't know if you're seeing that. But otherwise they go kind of to a green, different shades of green, and then to black it looks like almost. And that one on the swatch wheel, right here, we have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. So there's that. This one reminds me a little bit of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Everything is always food related when I look at colors. It's a little bit lighter than, well, that's actually not too far off. When I put my hand behind it, it darkens up a little bit. But here is that one. Very fun. And there it is. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And that one over black would be this one. This one right here. So over the black, it's very much, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry, I have to keep counting. So that leaves, it's kind of teal, like a tealy kind of shimmer. Some green, little twinkles kind of coming through. You lose the black glitter, so, but you still see some, or some black flakes, whatever they are, but you still see some green kind of twinkling through there. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next, we have this pretty one here. Again, this has got like that Aurora kind of shimmer and a few flakes. This one says it is a magnetic also. I could not get any magnet line. It's so pretty though, I'm loving that shimmer in there. I couldn't get a magnet line at all, so I just sort of treated this one like a regular polish. I mean, I'll show you in a second. This is that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And this one is 3 coats magnetized cat eye. And then when I saw it didn't really do much, I went ahead and just put a matte top coat on it. You can almost see the faintest line, like kind of where those bright green splotches are. That's kind of the magnet line. And it does seem as though some sort of shimmer tried to get magnetized, but it didn't work out all that well, so I just treated this one like a regular polish. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And this was done in the cat eye, but you really cannot see it. And I even held the magnet over after I put the matte top coat on. In person, I can almost see like a lighter kind of line here. And some of the flakes or glitter or something are wanting to, you know, looks like they tried to get there, but didn't quite make it. But this is still very, very pretty. It's kind of like a grayed blue, and then that shifting shimmer. Very pretty, even if it's not magnetic. There it is, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Tried to be cat-eyed, but isn't really. Very nice. And that one over black is this one right here. And that leaves a lot of brown shimmer. Kind of like green to brown almost. And then the flakes. Very, very different. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next we have a pretty blue shimmer. This is kind of blue with like a blue to purple maybe shimmer. I see little kind of flashes of what wants to be purple, but mostly it looks blue, blue, blue. And this is another one that's kind of one of those really strong shimmers though. This is it in just 1 coat. This is 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 3 coats with a matte top coat. So that one, that blue shimmer is very strong. The background almost looks green, kind of how you're seeing it there. It's not quite that green, but it is wanting to look a little bit green. It's kind of interesting. Very kind of ethereal looking, especially with that matte top coat. So yeah, I kind of love this one too. And here is that one. In 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Very fun. Very sheer, probably. And here's that one. Looks beautiful over the black. Leaves all this beautiful kind of sapphire, almost navy looking shimmer. And there's that one. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then up next, we keep hitting the camera, I apologize. We have this blue flaky, kind of a blue jelly with some flakes in it. And that one on the swatch wheel is right here in 1 coat, very, very sheer. So this would probably be a good topper. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 3 coats with a matte top coat. Don't have to tell you, loving that with the matte top coat. That really gets those flakes showing. But I like it glossy also. It does seem very, like it would still be quite sheer even in the 3 coats. Yeah, kind of loving this one. There that is. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And that does build up. Each coat gets it just a little bit deeper. And that one over black is right here. That leaves like a purple shimmer. And then those flakes. Lots of greens, some blues, some pinks. Very fun. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then we have what could probably be a sibling to it. This is the one I just showed you, the blue, and then we're looking at a purple that's kind of similar. This one is kind of like a lilac-y sort of purple maybe. And then I see some pink shimmer, and then all those flakes. The other one did not have shimmer. This one has shimmer, that's kind of the difference. But here on the swatch wheel, here it is in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. So this one seems to have less flakes, but it has that added shimmer. And you can really kind of see it with the matte. Well, I guess I can see it everywhere actually, but you can really kind of see it here with the matte top coat. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera. This one's really pretty. It almost looks like a gray base, and then that pink shimmer. It's sort of how it looks, kind of like a grayed purple base, and then that pink shimmer, and then just a few flakes popping through there. And here is that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Very fun. And that one over black is right here. So you can see this one has got a lot of that kind of pinky purple shimmer, and then just a few flakes coming through. I think they're maybe the same type of flakes. I'm seeing green, pink, almost like a rose gold kind of color. So here was the first one. This was the blue flaky and then the purple flaky. So you can see the purple flaky has got shimmer and the blue flaky really doesn't. So really shows the difference there when you get it over the black. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. All right, we are moving on to wheel number 4. And I thought I lost my black one. All right, up next, we have 4 more to go. 3 more protos and then the charity polish. So up next is this one. This is kind of like a green, kind of like a slate blue almost. Maybe green, kind of purpley. Then that reflective glitter. This one is a thermal and a magnetic, it says. So on the swatch wheel, that one is right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte, because again, I got almost nothing from the cat eye line. You can almost see here, it looks like it almost grabbed some of the flakes as the magnetic. I don't know if you can see that, but like where these flakes are, that's kind of where the magnet line was, and it really didn't show anything. So again, I just sort of treated this as a regular polish and just put the matte top coat on it. But here it is, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And I think that is actually more color accurate there. So I'm liking this one. This is another kind of murky gray, kind of green. I see some purple up at the extreme angles like this. Very interesting. I'm not really seeing any of the reflective glitter though. There it is, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And that did have the cat eye, but it didn't really do anything. So this is a thermal. So again, I put that on. I put it on 2 because I was thinking the magnetic would work, but here's the one I did as the magnet. This one is unmagnetized, and you can see there's really no difference there. But let's put these in the cold water. Just what it looked like. And then if I put them in the warm water, let's see, oh, it lightens it up to a little bit of a lighter gray. It's really hard to see. Let me see if I do half and half. Oh, I guess it's not so hard to see. So it almost very, very light gray, pretty much like see-through, but you can still see some of the shimmer or the kind of flakes. So that's kind of fun. This will be a fun one to sort of play with. Yeah, not sure. But here is that one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte, and then kind of there in the, see if I can do it over. And there it is with the thermal. But yeah, the magnetic really didn't do anything on this one either. But the thermal still works, so that's cool. All right. And then we have this one. This is so pretty in the bottle. Look at all the different colors. I'm seeing purple and blue and green and like aqua and turquoise and so many colors in this bottle. It's so pretty. I don't know if you are seeing everything. This is a beautiful bottle. And that one on the swatch wheel kind of surprised me also. Let's see. Here it is in 1 coat, 2 coats. Oh, this is also a magnetic. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, unmagnetized. 3rd coat has a glossy top coat. And then here it is 3 coats with the cat eye. And this one did sort of show up a little bit. You can see there, it's kind of like, and it does shift. I'm seeing like a pinky purple, or like purple and pink, and like a blue and a green. There's actually quite a few colors that come through on that magnet line, but let me see if I turn the light down a little bit. If that will show you any shifts. That's a little more color accurate, but you're still not seeing the shifts. Like right here, I'm seeing blues and purples. Looks like you're just seeing pretty much green. Anyway, this one is very pretty, and it's kind of surprised me. It has these little bitty glitter. If you look here in the 1st coat, like these little bitty glitters or flakes. Very fun. Okay. So that first one that we looked at, the non-magnetic magnetic, that is this one right here over black. And again, doesn't leave a whole lot of anything. I'm seeing a little bit of green and then a few flakes, and then some of that reflective glitter is glittering. And then the one we just looked at with the little bitty tiny flakes, here's that one, 1 coat over black with a glossy top coat. So that leaves like the blues and greens and aqua and almost like turquoise and purples. Lots of colors like that. Here is this one, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one, 3 coats on its own and 1 coat over black. So I like this one. I don't know, I'd have to play with this a little bit and see, because it really looks like it lightens up the background when it gets that magnet line. So I'm not sure how that would look over another color, but it looks like you'd really have to layer it, because it's very sheer otherwise on its own. So yeah, and I didn't do these in the velvet, but maybe that would be something too. Anyway, here's this one. It's beautiful in the bottle, and I really do like it. I think I might like it unmagnetized. I don't know, I have to play with this one. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, unmagnetized, all those, and then 3 coats with the cat eye, no top coat. And I showed you that one over black. Up next is this beautiful, like a really deep purple with some kind of copper, maybe like a green or gold, and looks like kind of coppery. That one on the swatch wheel is right here. Let's see. I'm gonna do it that way. 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. This one's very fun. It's very dark. And under these lights, I'm seeing more of the shimmer come out in the 2 coats than I am in the 3 coats. The 3 coats is very, very almost black purple. And just a little bit of shimmer there. If you go up at like an extreme angle, you're seeing a lot more of the shimmer here in the 2nd coat and the 1st coat, but mainly the 2nd coat. So I would probably stop at 2 coats on this one, but look at how much deeper it got between 1 coat and 2. Let me see, I'm gonna leave it over the black. This 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Very fun with the matte top coat too. So here is that one. It actually, this one looked a little bit different than I thought it would too from the bottle. There it is, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And the last thing I have to show you is the charity polish. I don't know if this is still available or not, but here's this one. I think it might be still available, or it might be, I don't know. This is called You Matter, and a portion of the proceeds is going to the Trevor Project. Very pretty. I did not get the description. I don't think she gives them for charity polishes, but this just looks like a beautiful purple with some kind of pink shimmer and then maybe like silver or reflective glitter. And that one on the swatch wheel is 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats. These are unmagnetized. This is a magnetic. And this one is 3 coats with the cat eye with no top coat. So 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, all unmagnetized. 3 coats with the cat eye, no top coat. This is beautiful. I love how it looks so different between unmagnetized and magnetized. All that purple we're seeing there, unmagnetized, gets picked up together with the magnet, and it really makes the background then be that beautiful kind of sapphire-y navy blue. And then you get all the twinkles of the reflective. This is really, really pretty. Love this one. I think 2 coats would be plenty. This is it in 2 coats. This is it in 3 coats. I think 2 coats would be enough. Maybe even just 1 coat. I don't know. But this one, I'll give you a real bottle shot. This one's called You Matter. There it is in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 3 coats with the cat eye and no top coat. The purples are unmagnetized and that blue is the cat eye. This is so, so pretty. Very, very pretty. And the one before that one, that really deep purple, is this over black. It really, I don't see anything. I can see like a little bit of kind of a pinky, purpley twinkle, but really nothing much shows up there for me anyway. And this is the charity polish, You Matter, 1 coat over black, unmagnetized with a glossy top coat. So here's this one, not that you can really see too much probably. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then this beautiful charity polish, 3 coats on its own and 1 coat over black. And that's pretty similar, 3 coats to 1. Might be more similar here to the 2 coats to 1. Very, very nice. That was my Bees Knees order, 18 mystery prototypes and that charity polish. Love, love, love. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around and we'll finish this up. All right, so that was my big old Bees Knees mystery prototype order. I have another one coming. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see another video like this one when I get my second package. It hasn't even started being packed or shipped or anything like that, so it'll be a little while before I get that one. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see it. It's 18 more polishes. They were only $7 though. So here was this one. So pretty. Such a wide variety of colors. I really didn't think I would like that yellow, but I'm kind of really digging that. And these kind of orangey ones, look how pretty those are. Anyway, you can find Bees Knees at beeskneeslacquer.com. I'm not affiliated. I made this purchase And their next launch is set to happen on July 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know if they're going to have more prototypes, but sign up for their newsletter because they do send out a newsletter. Usually once a week, I think we get a newsletter, once every 2 weeks, just kind of saying what's new, what's up. And it will tell you in the newsletter, if there's, it should anyway, if there's going to be prototypes. But that's all I have. I forgot to tell you what was on my nails. On my nails, on this hand, my left hand, I have a sneak peek of what is coming for the Little Box of Horrors in July. Victorian Varnish has got a magnetic polish, so I have it here in the cat eye, I have it here unmagnetized, my thumb has it in the Velvet Effect. That's for the Little Box of Horrors from Victorian Varnish. And then What Addiction has these two beautiful shimmery polishes, like a kind of a teal color and then that beautiful sort of sapphire blue. So these will be coming up for the Little Box of Horrors, and you'll see a video on this probably after the 18th, somewhere 18th to the 20th. The shop opens, I think, on the 22nd, so we have a little bit of time for that one. And then on my right hand, I have a sneak peek of what Victorian Varnish will have in Hello Handmade Creations for July of 2025. So, beautiful purple, flaky, very nice. I meant to show you this before I turned the camera around and I forgot. But I'll have videos up for both of these. The HHC one is scheduled to go up on Saturday morning. So on Saturday, you'll be able to see what this one's all about. And sometime about, wish listing starts for Little Box of Horrors on the 18th. So I usually wait for that to happen before I do my videos or post them. So 19th-ish, I'll have a video up for Little Box of Horrors. But Bees Knees is what we're talking about here. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of any of these polishes? Did you have any favorites? I'm kind of loving that red, that very first one we looked at. I really, there's a couple that I'm not too sure about, but 99% of them I'm loving. And I'm really excited to get my second order now too. Hopefully I won't get any dupes. We'll have to see what happens when I get that one in. But my thought was, since they're prototypes, you would think if you're making a prototype, there would only be like maybe 1 or 2 bottles. So what's the odds of getting a dupe? I could see if it was like an oops batch, or if it was something not called a prototype, just like a mystery polish, something like that. I could see maybe having 10 or 20 of them, but something called a prototype, I would think she'd make it and she'd be like, oh, it's not what I wanted, it's not quite what I'm looking for, put it to the prototype. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe I'll get dupes into my second package, maybe I won't. I'm excited to see them though. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments, whatever is on your mind. Even if you just want to say hi, I'd love it. And also let me know in the comments if you want to see me unbox and swatch up my next prototype order from Bees Knees whenever I get that. Let me know. I really like that charity polish. If that's still available, you matter, and a portion of the proceeds is going to the Trevor Project, which is an awesome charity. But that's all I have. So I'm gonna thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. This is probably a long video, and I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just gonna say goodbye for now.